Good evening. Today is Wednesday, the 11th of September 2024, and the time now is 43 minutes past 7 p.m. 7:43 p.m. This is a message to Cristiano Ronaldo. Hello, Cristiano. You don't know who I am. My name is the Bull of Lewisham. I'm the Matador. But I know who you are. As in, your name, Cristiano Ronaldo, especially amongst inner city black people, the older generation, they love your name. They love you off. They say, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo, this and that. They think highly of you, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think they like the way your name rhymes. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's like God gave you that name. Like Jehovah. He must have done, before you were born, he must have gone through all the names that could possibly be in existence. And he picked out that name and gave it to you. I said, oh, here's your name, Cristiano Ronaldo. You're going to be Chris. Not just to black people, but to white people. This is like, I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm saying, I'm speaking hypothetically. Like, I'm joking. It's a joke. I'm not saying that he really did that. I'm saying that that name is like heaven sent. It's like, have you heard the expression, heaven sent? It's like chosen by the gods. In like 200-300 years ago, people believed that people were chosen by the gods. Have you heard about that? History. That the gods choose certain people to do certain things on earth. That you're chosen by the gods. You must have heard, you've heard of that, haven't you? Like legend people that are legendary, and like Muhammad Ali, I'm saying Joe Louis. Have you heard about that? That the gods in heaven, the different gods, they choose people and they make them kind of legends. So we say that it's legendary. It's like your name is like legendary, like Cristiano Ronaldo. So the gods chose you and chose your name to play football for Manchester United, Real Madrid, and all of that, Portugal and the World Cup. So you're like a legend, and the gods have made you a legend. They even gave you a name, Cristiano Ronaldo. So what I'm saying is a lot of black people, especially like my older brother, and people like, they love your name off. They feel like, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo, it's Chris. They love your name to the max. As for me, the Bull of Lewisham, I'm not really into football. Not really, no. I don't really like that game. I can even say that up till today, Wednesday, the 11th of September, 2024, I've fallen out of love with football. It just doesn't do anything for me anymore. Just seeing like them run up and down on the pitch, tackling in the, I just find it boring now. Nothing to do with you. I'm talking about my love of the game, because I'm in England, and the English, they're football crazy. But for me, I'm not really into football. I was thinking about going down Loftus Road to Queen's Park Rangers, but I just can't see me doing it. I can't really see myself standing there for 90 minutes in the pouring fucking rain, and all of that, just to watch a little game. I can't. That's not really me anymore. I never was like that. But I'm saying is, in England, especially over the last 50 to 60 years, it's all football. So that's what they do. Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham, all of that. That's what they do. So, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So obviously, they've got me following football, but I'm not football crazy. Never have been, never will be. I'm more into boxing, fighting. So I'm a boxer, fighter. That's what I do more. Fighter. I'm a fighter, boxer, fighter. But they're more football crazy. You know what I mean? They're more into that, scoring goals and tackling and all of that. It's more their sport now. Yeah, football. So I'm not really a big fan of yours. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think your name is Chris. I said to him, I think your name is Chris. Your name is Chris. You're like Cristiano Ronaldo. I said, Chris' name. I've never met not one black person in all my life with a name like Cristiano. Yeah. I think the name Wesley Snipes is a beautiful name. Wesley Snipes. Have you heard of Wesley Snipes? Wesley Snipes in America, the United States. The actor, Wesley Snipes. That name is Chris Wesley Snipes. What about the name Chris Rock? Have you heard of Chris Rock? That's the guy. Not only is Chris Rock, not only is Chris Rock the name Chris Rock himself is Chris. So it's double whammy, isn't it? Chris Rock, he's got a Chris name, Chris Rock, and him himself, Chris Rock, he's a Chris guy. He's Chris. So he's got the blessing from the God. He's got a Chris name, Chris Rock. The guy's Chris, his jokes are funny. I find he's a comedian, Cristiano. Chris Rock is a comedian. And I just find these jokes funny. Like, you better watch it. It's on YouTube. Google it, Chris Rock. You may not get him, but you may not understand these jokes, but he's just Chris, double Chris. Can't go wrong. But anyway, another Chris name. I'll tell you the Chris names. Chris name is like Wesley Snipes, Donovan. Donovan's a Chris name. Donovan, Ivan. I'll tell you the Chris name, black names, Chris black names. Donovan, Ivan, Winston. What other Chris names we got? Carmichael. Carmichael. Denzel. Other Chris names we got. Chris names. We got so many Chris names. I can't think of all of them. Fat Gary. What did we get that name? Fat Gary. Fat Gary. I had a brethren, one of my brethren from West London. What was his name? Fat Gary. That's what his name was. His name was Fat Gary. I think that's a Chris name, Fat Gary. Anyway, what else can I say? Yeah, so names are just names, but your name is Cristiano Ronaldo. But I think that when you were at your prime, I know you don't play football anymore, but when you were playing, when you were at your prime, your zenith, when you were really famous, I was really in a bad space at that time. I think my life was fucked. When you were high at your heights, I was on my lowest low. Do you understand? Can you believe that? So when you were on your highest height, I was on my fucking lowest low. So it was like the complete opposite. You were up and I was fucking down. Follow me? So I'm not blaming you. I'm just telling you the truth. Because God is love, innit? God tests people. And he tests, like, people like me, he gives me tests. My mother calls it testament. He gives me tests to see how strong I am, whether I love him very much, and, if I'm going to carry my cross and do all of that. I don't know why he's doing that, but I get the tests. I get tested to see my strength of character. It's horrible, really. It's not a nice thing, but I always come through it, come at the other end. But this is the life, innit? On planet Earth. Anyway, you got a Cristiano Ronaldo. You used to play for. I saw you, Manchester United. Can I say? Well, must have saw you play. I think I saw you play for Portugal in the World Cup, or I saw you play. The games in the World Cup, a couple of games. I can't really say much. I'm not really a football guru or football analyst. I'm not a football analyst. I can't really say about how you play. I didn't see any skills. They talk about Lionel Messi, but still then I don't really know. People just say things. See, like Ronaldo, what I'm saying, in today's world, people say like, oh, Lewis Hamilton or Jensen Button. And people say, yeah, Jensen Button, only because that's what they've been taught to say. They don't really know much. True or not true? Do you agree with that? People say things these days. They'll say, oh, Adele. You know the singer Adele? They'll say Adele without really knowing who Adele really is, like what she stands for and where she's coming from and all of that. They don't really say, oh, I like Adele or Ed Sheeran. But they don't really understand that person's whole ethos or their place in the world and what message they're trying to get into the world, and whether they're trying to change things or not change. People don't really understand what the whole ism or the whole spectrum on life. They just say, oh, Adele and Ed Sheeran, without really, do you understand? Digesting who they are, like feeling them. Going on that ride, you understand? That was like 40 years ago. You used to feel people and go along with them and say, yeah, Bob Marley or, you know what I mean? Shabba Ranks. You used to like be along with them. You could ride with them. But today people don't do that. They don't say, oh, Adele, Ed Sheeran, Ariana Grande. It's just soundbite. People just say things. So what I'm trying, you may disagree with what I just said, but for me, that's how I feel it is. What I'm saying is, people say, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo, without really knowing who you really are. They hear other people say, they might go into a barber shop, or they might go into a bookie shop, or they might go into a pub, and they hear people say, oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. I said, because your name has that rhyme to it, Cristiano Ronaldo, they'll say, yeah, they'll go see their friends or their brethren and say, yeah, I like Cristiano Ronaldo, without really knowing who you are. Just because they've heard it, and your name's got that kind of biblical, they might think you're God. Not that you are God, but they might think, oh, that guy must be so important with a name like that, he must be God on earth. So they'll say, yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo's God. So yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. And then they'll say it to the other friends. And it just goes around without really knowing who you really are. That happens today in today's world. Yeah. It's called word of mouth. So, no disrespect, it's no biggie, but I think that's how it works now. So what I'm saying is, for me, I'm not really football crazy, never have been really. I played football at primary school, but I had no choice because we had no other games. We didn't have a cricket bat, we didn't have a snooker table, or we didn't have table tennis tables, the table tennis tables. I don't think we had none of that in my primary school, so we were poor. So we had a football, I don't know where we found the football from. What we used to do, we used to go in the playground and someone used to put a football at the back there. We had like a little alleyway, like a little walkway at the back. And we used to find a little football, someone used to leave it there. And I don't know, seriously, we used to just get the ball and kick it, start playing football. Yeah, we couldn't even afford a football. We used to see it there, someone used to put it there. Maybe it was the teacher. Our school teacher maybe left it there for us. He must have had sympathy for us. We were so poor, he left the ball there. So we used to go and play with the ball. That's how we used to play football, yeah. In primary school, yeah. So it's no biggie, isn't it? But good luck to you. My name is the Bull of Lewisham. I'm a boxer fighter. And no disrespect, because I know you're a multi millionaire. You're really rich, which is good for you, and you're well known. I know you stopped playing football now. You may be an ambassador, or I see you rubbing shoulders with Anthony Joshua and them guys, isn't it? You know Anthony Joshua, the boxer. You rubbing shoulders with Anthony Joshua and Conor Ben. You know all them boys, isn't it? So good luck. Keep it up. You're going to live forever. You're never going to die. You're a legend. You're a legend from the Bull of Lewisham. You're the real deal. You're like Evander Holyfield. You take care.